What's good, Amy? You talking about bitch? You think a bitch like he's scared of asshole? I drag your ass on my mama, bitch. Do it.
Sierra's life had not adequately prepared her for the impending emotional turmoil. She had always been there for her friends, especially Bambi, whom she considered a sister. They had shared laughs, tears, and struggles, but nothing could have prepared Sierra for the devastating moment when Bambi revealed her deepest secrets in front of Amy. The tension in the room was high. Sierra had always been someone who prided herself on loyalty, trust, and maintaining strong relationships. Sierra, who was already upset and hurt, knew that there were unresolved issues between Bambi and Amy, particularly after it was revealed that Bambi was pregnant by her ex-boyfriend. The news caused a rift, and Sierra, who was caught in the middle, did her best to keep things peaceful. But as the situation grew more serious, Sierra realized that the truth would eventually come out, and when it did, it broke her. Bambi, in a moment of frustration, finally decided it was. It was time to reveal the secrets she had been keeping for so long. She told Amy and Sierra things she had never talked about before, things that had been buried deep inside her for years. She revealed the truth about her past, her decisions, and the pain she had kept hidden from the world. She described how she had been battling her own demons and fighting battles no one knew about. And in that moment, Sierra saw in Bambi a vulnerability she had never seen before. Uncensored, and when Bambi revealed her secrets, Sierra felt torn and conflicted. Sierra, who had always been the one to maintain her composure, found herself unable to maintain her composure as her heart ached for Bambi due to the weight of her past that had finally come crashing to the surface and the emotional toll that the entire situation had taken. Amy's emotions finally boiled over, and her anger that had been building for so long finally erupted, and she lashed out at Bambi. Had adopted their friendship, Sierra felt deeply betrayed, not by Bambi, but by the events that brought them to this point. She had always shielded her friends from the harshness of the outside world by protecting them, but now that Bambi's secret had come to light, Sierra realized that there was nothing she could do to make things right because the hurt was too great, the damage had been done, and despite her best efforts, the fragile bonds of trust between them had been shattered.
It ain't interrupting the shoot.
In her eyes, that's the misunderstanding because y'all obviously feel love each other. This is not my friend. Like, this bitch is somebody else, and this is so weird to me. Bambi is the most sensitive, loving, caring sweetheart.
I saw this.
Like, this high heel, run, first coat, bad bitch, diva. I don't understand this.
You have to understand it. I just don't understand why people don't respect the glow up. I am not the same person. I've been through a lot of things that have shaped and changed me for the better. And now I got a little bit more time to do my hair and my edges and put on a fur if I want to. Because I ain't got no needy ass husband at home. Just embrace that.
And Amy, I just need to people choose. Like, I don't know. And I don't know what's the pressure with you. Like, you going around telling people I never
supported
you. Amy, I was at your grand opening for Pretty Kitty. No, that was because
for the word girl that you said I'm a few minutes away. You never showed up.
And the time that happened, our emergency came up and I was at that time. I came to your event because I with you and I believe in your brand. I wear Pretty Kitty.
Maybe because that's even when me and you wasn't even on good terms.
And that's why it's more personal for me because what you don't know is it's been so many times here. You had a few events. I've showed up, supported, been there helping.
Like, friend, what do you? And I appreciate you. You ain't one.
But how do you reciprocate to your friend? You got weird when I started hanging around Bambi's fake ass. For sure.
You want to get slid in your press outfit?
Do you think you can slide me, bitch?
Slide the out of your ass. You want to try it?
You can't slide this way, you hoe.
Amy and Bambi are going at it now. It's so much going on. I don't know if I should be clutching my pearls, moving out the way, or eating popcorn.
You can't even slide your mother ass on it from 10 years ago.
You talking about sliding the bitch? You still think I'm out for right? What's good, Amy? You talking about bitch? You think a bitch like he's scared of asshole? I drag your ass on my mama, bitch.
Do it, Amy.
I definitely plan on using my words with Bambi. That's always my first thought as a woman. But don't get too damned about your height or your size or the width of the gums. None of that matters to me. Who gets slid, sis?
You can't even drag your height across.
You done drug it across everybody.
Let me find out.
I ain't even moving.
You worried about from 10, 13 years ago
Let you finish.
that I ain't even touched. But did he ever take you on a date?
When your kids will smell my from the front to the
I'm never kissing a
Oh,
man.
I hope I don't get bored and let Scrappy do it.
You're a nasty
You
whore.
have no loyalty.
Rashida, why you waiting? Did you get this bitch some more dealings on her music post?
I got to get you a spice that you were begging for. Bye-bye, Steve. Shake them up again. Shake them up.
Bitch, you know I got phone
Shake them up. Shake them up. No, you don't. Shake them up. Shake them up.
I done tried to bring Amy, Sierra, and Bambi together, and it's an epic fail. So I think I might have to put my retirement boots on, bitch. I ain't gonna be able to save the book.
If it ain't got
You
nothing to do with money, it's never gonna be a reason.
It's
never gonna be a reason. Money does not make our way. Money doesn't make our way. Stop putting rules in a law, bitch.
Listen, at the end of the day, Sierra and I, we don't have to be the best of friends. We don't even gotta be on the same page. But we definitely giving West Coast energy right now. And Amy, she's giving Drake.
She was real enough to tell the truth.
That's why she's so bad. She didn't even remember your ass, bitch. Yes. Exactly. It's giving very depressed. Rashida, can you please get your model under control? Yeah, get your model.
Run with y'all.
Although Sierra had been strong for so long, trying to keep everyone's secrets and protect her friends, she felt vulnerable and completely broken in this moment. The tears streamed down her face not only because of the conflict in the room, but also because she realized that the life she had known and the friendships she had formed were no longer there. Sierra stood there helplessly watching Bambi and Amy go back and forth, both women caught in a whirlwind of pain and misunderstanding. In the midst of the chaos, Bambi reached out to Sierra, her own eyes welling with tears. She hadn't intended for any of this to happen, and she hadn't meant to hurt anyone, especially Sierra, who had been her rock through so much. But the weight of her secrets had become too much to bear. The trust that had once bound them all together seemed shattered, irreparably broken. Sierra's heart ached as she thought about how everything had changed in the blink of an eye. She had always believed in the strength of her relationships, but now she wasn't sure if they would ever be the same again. Bambi apologized for letting it all out in a moment of desperation, but to Sierra, the words felt hollow because the hurt had already been done and no apology could repair it. Sierra wiped away her tears in an attempt to gather herself, but the emotional turmoil was too great for her to handle, and she felt confused and divided between her loyalty to Bambi and her own hurt. The woman she had once thought of as her closest friend had just opened a door to a painful past that Sierra had never fully understood, and now everything felt. As Sierra stood there struggling to gather her thoughts, she realized that she couldn't ignore the emotional weight of the situation. She had always put others' needs ahead of her own, taking care of her friends, but now she had to face her own emotions. She was angry at Bambi for keeping so many secrets, angry at herself for not seeing the warning sooner, and angry at the situation for destroying everything she had worked so hard to create. In the end, Sierra left the confrontation with a broken heart because she knew that things were going to get worse. Between her would never be the same. The relationship between Bambi and Amy had been shattered, and there was no turning back. As Sierra left the room, she couldn't help but wonder if they would all eventually find a way to move past the wounds caused in that moment, or if this was the end of their once unbreakable bond. Her tears were a reflection of the pain she felt in her soul, pain that came from the loss of a friendship that had been put to the ultimate test.